Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 3 in college football. It's Thursday before the Saturday of week 3, and we are doing our weekly call with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com. This guy is the real deal. Our long-term viewers know what he's all about. Only does college football and does it extremely, extremely well. Again, his website is collegefootballwinning.com, and he has a long-term record of success going back a bunch of years at that site. He also wrote a book recently about college football, containing a lot of information about coaches, right, Steve? Tell us about that.
It's called The Betting Black Book, and I was lucky enough to have you, Peter Loshak, write the foreword, a very kind, gracious foreword. It's available on Amazon on the pre-sale in June. It went to #1 in 3 different categories. When the print version came out just before college football season, that one shot up to #2 on Amazon. So you can get it there at Amazon and also other fine bookstores.
All right, thanks so much, Steve. So the game you've chosen to cover this week is Virginia at UConn. Now, I'll be interested to hear what you have to say about this one because this is one of the games on the opening line that I thought I was seeing an edge with. Virginia, of course, got pounded by Richmond in week 1, and then they went into Oregon and lost handily, but they did get the cover. And then UConn got a win, but a huge ATS loss in their week 1 game. And then in week 2, they went up against Navy and played very close to their spread. I'm thinking here that Virginia might have some value. Virginia, is a team with obviously not a perfect team, but I feel like their big weaknesses in the secondary, which won't be able to be taken advantage of as much as it would be by, for example, teams like Oregon, by UConn. And I'm just not seeing the offensive power on UConn to justify, a favorite line of more than a field goal. So I think I'm liking Virginia at +4 or 4.5. What do you think, Steve?
I think that's very interesting. And let's see if you change your mind at the end of this video.
Yes.
Okay, I believe this game, the reason I like this game is there are subtle but meaningful differences here. So let's look at some of these subtleties here, Peter. So their last games, we talked about this a little bit, Virginia covered the spread versus Oregon, but only because a last-minute Oregon touchdown was taken off the board because of a questionable holding call. It's the only reason they covered the spread. UConn, on the other hand, or the other hand of fortune, as underdogs, should have beaten Navy outright. But due to egregious clock mismanagement on UConn's part, they lost the game straight up at Navy's half-yard line on 3rd down. Okay, so it was 3rd and goal at the half-yard line. So we have, just looking back to their last games, we have 2 very different or opposite ends of the fortune spectrum. So it's subtle, but important. Okay, head coach Bronco Mendenhall for University of Virginia. He's a defensive-minded coach. So it's very important for him, and he is super focused on his defense. He is installing a new defensive scheme there at Virginia in his first year here as head coach at UVA. So entering just game 3 with a very young, to begin with, a young, inexperienced defense, they're in pure learning mode. This unit is not advanced enough, and I mean the defense, not advanced enough in their stage of learning, Bronco Mendenhall's system, for opponent-specific preparation. So they're still trying to get down the fundamentals of Mendenhall's defense. So advantage goes to UConn's offense in that case. And speaking of UConn's offense, UConn's redshirt junior quarterback, Brian Sheriffs, he's one of the better quarterbacks that no one is talking about. Okay, Sheriff's completed so far this season, it's just 2 games, but through 2 games, he's 79.6% in completion percentage, and he's rushed for 127 yards. 2 games, sure, but that 79.6% completion rate is the 3rd best in the country right now, and no one's talking about him at all. Subtle, but important difference. I think more people would have been talking about him had that drive been completed. He led them down, was perfect. 6 of 6 in his 2-minute drive against Navy. They should have won that game, as I said, outright. And I think we would have been hearing some more buzz about Sheriffs this week had they won that game in that fashion at Navy. Didn't happen. Not his fault. Another subtle difference, the kicking game. So this is a short line, as you said, Peter, -4. UConn's kicker. He's a 3-year starter. He was a Lou Groza Award semifinalist. He's made his last 18 of 20 field goals. Okay, so if you're thinking this is going to come down to some kicking, well, the kicking game is there for UConn. Virginia, on the other hand, they don't have a single kicker on their roster who has attempted a field goal in college yet. Not yet. In fact, UVA's named starter at place kicker has already had one of his 5 PATs blocked this season already. So 0 confidence in the kicking game from that coaching staff, which is why they haven't even attempted a field goal, and 0 confidence in the mind of the kicker after having one of his PATs blocked. Subtle difference, but important. Bronco Mendenhall, Virginia's head coach. Good against the spread coach, as you can read about in the Betting Black Book, which is all about the betting history of college football coaches. We know from his 10 years at BYU, he was 53.54% against the spread. That's a good, solid, winning, profitable percentage against the spread. But he had one glaring against the spread weakness over, again, 10 years of data here. When his teams were small underdogs, between 3 and 6.5 points, right where this game is right now, Mendenhall coached teams, 10 years of data, they beat the spread in those spots just 38.1% of the time. It's right where he is here. And one little, again, subtle, very subtle edge here, for UConn. They're playing Virginia, and it means a little bit more than people might think. It means a little bit more to UConn. There's a little something extra. 4 of UConn's coaches coached at Virginia, including head coach Bob Diaco and defensive coordinator Anthony Poindexter, and 2 of those 4 coaches actually played at UVA. So there's just a little something extra to beat Virginia here for UConn. So my conclusion, Peter, as of right now, and we're taping this on Thursday before the Saturday game, so it could change now depending on where the betting data comes in and other news between now and kickoff, but I like UConn -4.
All right, Steve, very compelling argument. This, of course, is what Steve does every week with us and with every game at his website, collegefootballwinning.com. Steve from collegefootballwinning.com leaning UConn -4. Steve, if anyone wants to know more about you, tell us about your website, collegefootballwinning.com.
Yes, at collegefootballwinning.com, all we do, as you said, is college football betting analysis all year round. I think we're the only college football specific betting analysts who offer a 100% money back on the entire season, 100% money back guarantee the entire season. We're a company founded on making betting recommendations algorithmically, and we call those algorithmic betting recommendations our formula. The formula lifetime is 59.89%. People want to join us. You have not missed any formula betting recommendations yet because the formula needs sufficient data before it can give out betting recommendations. So the first few weeks, no formula betting recommendations. However, we still give out betting recommendations. In week 2, we were 66.67% against the spread for non-formula betting recommendations. Again, formula hasn't been given out. So come to collegefootballwinning.com, put in coupon code SBR10, that's SBR10. We'll give you 10% off of any membership that we're currently offering. And again, you have not missed a single formula betting recommendation yet this season.
Awesome, Steve. Thanks so much. Talk to you next week.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.